can you tell us some of the challenges you faced while you were working as a nurse here in the UK?
Yeah, right. Working 9 to 5 was a big challenge as a mother with 5 children, 5 little children then.
No, I was actually going to So hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the breakout place where we speak to entrepreneurs who have been successful at what they do, and they come here on the program to share with us their challenges, how they've become successful, the opportunities. So if you want to build a business like them, why not learn from them? So today I have with me Tonia Akindele, who is the CEO of Brand Healthcare Services. She's been a nurse for over 15 years and her specialty is adult, so she can talk about anything relating to nursing. So welcome to our channel, Tonia, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I know I've given a bit of an introduction, but do you mind giving us a bit more about yourself? Tell us about yourself, your business.
Thank you, Mo. Hello, listeners. My name is Tonia, like she introduced me. I'm a nurse. I'm the CEO of Brand Healthcare Services. We deal with home care, provide carers to clients' home. So we help clients who are not able to do things for themselves to live a healthy life. So basically that's what we do.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Great. So as I said, this channel is about interviewing entrepreneurs. So I noticed you said you're the CEO, and we know you've also been a nurse. So can you tell us what motivated you, inspired you to start your own company? Because we know you used to work as a nurse.
That's
so
right.
If you tell us what inspired you.
That's right. So I've been around in the community for many years. I work as a nurse, a community nurse and a practice nurse. And yes, like I said, I've been around for too long. And for too long, you know what I mean?
Yes.
A long time. So, and yes, so it just dawned on me like I've got so many skills and talents to, you know, to go out there and start up my own business, which I did. It was a bit difficult, but yeah, here we are today. Okay. Glory be to God.
Thank you. So I want to take you back to your experience as a nurse, because obviously most of us come to the UK, you know, get our 9 to 5 and start working. So very few of us are able to break out of that 9 to 5 model. So I wanted to ask you, can you explain what it was like working? What was it like? What was it you didn't like about working? Because you said you were inspired to start your own business. So can you tell us some of the challenges you faced while you were working as a nurse here in the UK?
Yeah, right. Working 9 to 5 was a big challenge. Challenging to me. I mean, as a mother with 5 children, 5 little children then, dropping them off school and then doing the school runs and then going to pick, and then in between, you know, it was a bit of too much for me. But again, well, working in the community wasn't too bad than working in hospital, because I did a lot of hospitals as well. So the difference, because I wasn't coping very well with the family, I had to leave the hospital to come to the community, which was a bit easier. But then I have this drive in me that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So I'm heading somewhere. I want to get somewhere. I was hungry.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So how many years were you working before you decided to make that leap?
Right. About 10 years.
Oh, 10 years.
Yes.
Okay, but during those 10 years, you still had
I still had that burning passion of doing my own thing, if you see what I mean.
So can you tell us, I don't know if you remember, was there one thing that made you realize that, you know what, this is it?
Right.
When was that moment?
There's so many. I can't even, well, let me see if I can remember any. Yeah. One thing is that as a community nurse, like, I don't know if some of you have an idea of what we do, like going into communities to care for people in their homes. Most of these people are elderly, and you find out that they're very lonely. And you as a nurse, you might be the only person they see. You know, they come in contact like in a day. Yeah. Okay, so I was think like each time I went into those people's home to care for them, I always have this like empathy, like kind of, oh, why are these people so lonely, you know, like. So that was where I got inspired to start up this Don't Care, in order to send people to befriend them, to you know, send people to help them do whatever they are not able to, and most importantly to sit there and talk to them, you understand, you know, because I just felt that they're too lonely, you know. So yes. And again, another motivating factor is the money. As well.
I was thinking that you're not going to mention.
So yeah. So another motivating factor is to make money, as you know. Yes.
Great. So it's funny because I was then going to move on to the fact that isn't that nice to find an entrepreneur who's passionate about people and wanting to help people. Of course, that's what she said first. So the main motivation was to find somebody to go and sit with these people, because loneliness is actually a big problem for a lot of us. So regardless of our age, whether you're young, old, in the middle, loneliness is a big issue. So that's very important.
Yes.
So you said that, of course, the helping people was one reason, and the other one was as well to make money. So because people would like to know, is it easy to make money in this industry? So you're in the care services. So is it easy? How easy is it to make money there?
Well, like starting a business,
yes,
we all know is difficult.
It is.
It comes with challenging.
Yeah.
But if you are motivated, like if you have the passion, if you have the drive, okay, you can go extra miles. Yes, working 9 to 5, you cannot equate like
definitely
working for yourself.
Yes.
You see?
Definitely.
So like our business, for example, we get contracts from the council and NHS. So it's a big one. Okay. You see. But like you know, there are other businesses that
competitors.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay. And I like the fact that you came to we were talking about competitors. So can you tell us what you think makes you stand out from your competitors? What do you do differently? Or what do you do that makes the councils, the public sector, NHS call on you rather than your competitors?
So very interesting. Because of my nursing background, it's yes. So for example, when a contract is out there, you find out that there are too many agencies bid for one contract, and yes, whenever we're being given the opportunity to go do an assessment, the moment I say to them I'm a nurse, that says it all. So my background the background as a nurse is quite strong. Okay. Yes, so that's my selling point.
Okay, oh great. So that's a good...
Apart from, we provide good care as well, because my carers, they are well trained, you know, in different levels to provide different levels of care. So we are very good at what we are doing. Okay.
So as you know, looking after people, healthcare comes with its own policies, things that you have to abide by. So of course, being a nurse makes it easier because you understand the industry. You've been in the industry, you understand. So probably that's another plus. So if you're thinking about setting up something like this, it's better if you actually have the background, the knowledge, the experience in that industry, because it helps you to run a better business, and it also helps you when you're pitted against your competitors, because you stand out, because you actually do have the experience of that industry.
That's right.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about the startup, because people will be interested in the startup process. So what are the basic things you needed to have? So office, staff, how did you start? And if you can give an idea of how much capital is required. So if there's a nurse out there looking to start this up, what are the, maybe if you can give 3 basic things you'll need to do to be able to start this?
Yes, so basically you must not be a nurse to start this type of business.
You must
not be a nurse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come from a different
so you're saying that you don't have to be a nurse.
You don't have to be a nurse in order to establish this type of business. However, if you're a nurse, it's an added advantage because that's your selling point, like we said before, and the skills that you've learned in nursing is also transferable as well. So yeah, basically, establishing this type of business doesn't cost much
Okay.
as such, and you can start from your living room, for example. You must not. Yeah, you can start from your living room basically. But the important thing is that because we are regulated by CQC, so this is very important. And as a CQC, what's it called? Governed, we are being regulated by them.
So regulating body.
Yeah. So we have to abide by the guidelines and the procedures of doing things in terms of compliance, which is very, very important.
Definitely.
Okay, so getting your clients or getting your staff, recruiting, when you recruit, you must abide by what's it called, the CQC.
The regulations.
Their regulations,
Yeah.
very important. Compliance, i.e. you have to run all your checks, DBS check, references, and getting satisfactory references, and so you must abide by the law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So and you can start from your at comfort of your home.
Okay.
And then when the business grows, that's when you feel okay. You need an office.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people watching would want to. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
People watching would want even more detail, because I'm thinking, okay, if I wanted to set that up, I've got an office and all of that. Who do I contact? Do I need a business plan? Do I need money? Do I need to? So when we talk about setting up an office, so we need a business name. We need a phone line.
That's right.
Who do we call? And what do I tell them?
Right. Okay. First and foremost, you you decide on who you are getting on board, like people like your friend who you want to partner with.
Also,
because it's not something
you can do alone.
You can do alone because there's so much to be done.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then once you decide who you're dealing with, and your partners, then you decide on the name.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And then step by step, you then register your business with company house.
Oh, the companies are the limited company, yeah.
And again, with that, there are private companies that could help in doing that as well.
Great.
And then money comes in as well, because you need equipment, the tools to work. You need your computer. You need a lot of things. Printer. You need the what's it called? You need a care plan. Sorry, not care plan. Business plan is very, very important. You must have a solid business plan, because your business plan will serve as your Bible.
Yes.
Okay. So and basically that's it really.
Okay. So we have a business plan, we have an office, we have all of that. Who do we then call to get maybe the first contract? So what's the steps to get the first contract?
Right. Then you contact the council.
Okay.
Whichever borough you are in.
So it's easier for the borough you're in.
Not that it's easier, but then you need to more like an inquiry. You introduce yourself, because they want to know who you are, and why should they give you clients? So they need to vet you as well as a company. They need to know how long you've been on, who are you partnering with. These are the things they will ask.
Okay. And how difficult or how long do you think it takes to get that first contract?
Well, that is a very difficult question, because you can't say. You can't say, but once they are happy with you, yes. You start getting contracts.
So let's personalize that a bit then. So how long did it take you to get your first contract?
So how long did it take us? It took us nearly 8 months.
8 months. So here's the other thing. So businesses are all great, but the starting point is not easy. You just see the results.
You just have to persevere.
Persevere.
You just have to persevere. And again, with contracts with the council, NHS, you should know that it's not it's a good one, but then you must have your money, because once they start giving you clients, you must pay your workers. So council don't pay instantly. So it's not a business that you start getting instant payment. So it takes time. When I started, judging from when I started, we weren't paid until after 3 months.
Yeah. So I've heard about this in
yeah.
the industry. So you probably might have to have an arrangement with the bank in
With the
terms of
bank,
cash flow.
that's
So
right.
if they know that the money is coming in,
That's-
then they give you enough cash to be able to pay your
That's right.
staff. Because
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to wait 3 months to get paid. So that's something. And I actually have another friend who's in the industry, and she was actually thinking of getting somebody to help her chase the debts. She didn't want to go through the court because, of course, if you go through the court, that's the end of that relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you have to find a way of managing how you collect the money because you need to pay your staff. So that's one thing you need to bear in mind as well. Make sure that you have to have enough cash. So whether that's your own personal money or you have an arrangement with your bank so that they're able to have that, you're able to have that money at your disposal so you can pay your staff.
That's right.
So yeah, that's we're coming kind of rounding up because we want to keep this short. We know a lot of you are busy and attention span is actually quite short. But I want you to run me through a typical day. So I know you have your own offices. You have your own office. So can you run us through a typical day? What's a typical day for you, Tony?
So what's a typical day for me? That's a good question. As the CEO of the company, also the registered manager of Brand Healthcare, what's my day like? Okay, come into the office, check the staff, what they're doing, making sure that everyone is doing what they're meant to do, because they all have their own departments, you know. So, for example, the rota, checking the rotary system to make sure every one of them they're doing their job. We have what they call a register where a staff comes into a client's home. They notify us that they are there because we can be everywhere.
No,
yeah,
possible.
but
So
we
you
have a
monitor
monitoring
technology,
system.
yes.
Yeah, so first thing we'll check if all the staff are where they're meant to be. That's number one.
Okay.
And then check their notes. If there's any incident, if there's anything, we should be able to pick that up. I do a lot of supervision with staff. I do a lot of calling my staff and their next of kin.
Okay.
Calling my clients and next of kin to know if everything is working well. So basically, I monitor
So you're
the business. I'm the first
and last.
in a way, point of contact. Yeah,
that's like Men in Black.
That's
You're
right.
the person that everybody needs to run things to.
Yes.
The other thing, so thank you very much for that. That's actually important because when you have a business, really the box stops with you. So you need to make sure that things are in place and working as they should. Because obviously you mentioned CQC. If they hear that anything's going on, because I know a friend of mine who runs an agency, and I think she was abroad. Either she or she was the manager, and she was abroad for too long, and the CQC came out, and it was not good news. So you have to make sure that if you're not qualified, somebody who is qualified has to be there. So checking these are important. I wanted you to talk about some of the challenges as well. So have you had a challenge that is, so as you said, you were checking things, so what are some of the challenges or issues that might arise when you go in as a CEO and checking these things?
For example, a client might say, oh, I got hit by the staff. Here is an allegation. So now you have to do your job. You have to investigate. You have to take the staff off the rota and then carry out your investigation. Obviously, these things, they take time.
Time and cost money.
It's very draining.
Wow.
And then in the end, you find out that it never took place. But then you have to do your job because it's an allegation. Diligence. So, so again, there's so many, as a manager, you wear different hats.
Yes, definitely.
Not only you are dealing with the CQC, you are dealing with clients, you are dealing with next of kin, you are dealing with neighbors as well. You're dealing with other professionals in the client's care.
Yes.
So it's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're doing, if you have systems in place.
Yes, that's the key. Systems.
Yes, systems in place.
Important. So everybody knows what they're doing.
That's right.
At different times.
At different times.
Yes.
So starting off, if you need someone to guide you, hold you, work with you.
Oh wow, that's nice.
So
that's great.
Yes.
I didn't even know that, but that's nice for you to offer that. So the contact details of Tony Akindele will be put in the comment section below. So the question I'm going to ask you now, so thanks very much, and you've actually shared quite a lot with us. I want to ask you, because obviously if you're Nigerian, you know about this Japa and everybody coming to do social care. So have you got any advice for them? Has anything changed over the last year in terms of those coming over for social care? Is it something you would recommend? What are the things you've seen from those who have actually come over to do those kind of jobs?
Yeah. So last year was better than this year. I'll start with that because yes, Japa started last year.
So just for those who don't know, Japa are the Nigerians who are coming over to the UK to work in this industry as social
health and social care, as carers.
Carers.
So the government established COS, giving out visa COS for people to come from abroad. Yes. At the moment, it's not viable because there are no jobs.
Really?
There are no jobs because NHS is now recruiting full time.
And that's all about cost, though. Because I know with them contractors,
that's right. Actually, it's all to do with cost. It's cheaper for them.
On the payroll.
And you know anything.
I know.
So at the moment, it's not the best option if you want to come.
It's unfortunate.
No jobs. They don't want to come and there's no job for you.
Okay. So are they allowed to come without actually securing a job first?
No, they must secure a job first before coming. Because it's the company hiring you that will then issue the visa for you. But at the moment, job crisis, there are not a lot of hours to give out, so it's a problem.
I understand that because a lot of organizations, I work at a university as a lecturer as well. I used to contract and they wanted all of us to come on board and be permanent staff because it's cheaper for them.
That's right.
They're on the rota, they can give you extra work as well in addition to what you do. And it's just safer for them, it helps them plan as well, so they have an idea of exactly how much it's going to cost them, whereas with contractors, it's difficult.
That's right.
You know, and the contractors are not obliged to work.
That's right.
So makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the end of that, so thank you very much. What I wanted to ask you is, as an entrepreneur, because obviously you are an entrepreneur, what would you say are the maybe 2 key skills that people coming into any business must have, and which has helped you?
Good communication skill.
Communication, yes.
And negotiation.
Negotiation, being able to negotiate.
Being able to negotiate is very, very important.
In business, you need to be able to communicate.
And apart from that, you must have passion for the type of business you want to do. Because if you are not happy in the service you render, then because at the end of the day, money is not everything.
No.
Your happiness is what matters. Your inner self. Okay, so you must be passionate about what you do.
So those are very key, you know. Being able to communicate, being able to negotiate. And if you're a Nigerian, you don't understand that, man. If you go to the market, my daughter was saying, "Oh, mom, you never ever buy something from somewhere first. I always want to check." You know, so that's part of negotiating, finding out, can I get it cheaper elsewhere? And the same way, if you're running a business as well, you need to be able to find out, can I get these services cheaper, or can I negotiate to get paid more? You know, so you need to be, and then that comes from confidence. So confidence underlies all of that. You need to be confident to be able to communicate well, negotiate, and also have a passion. Your passion is important because sometimes the businesses are down, sometimes they're up, and when they're down, it's this passion that will carry you through. So definitely passion is very important. And I hope as we're here today, we're able to demonstrate that we have passion. I have passion for talking. And my friend here, Tonya, has a passion for this business and supporting others. And remember, she said one of the reasons she started this is because of the loneliness that she found in the community. So I don't know if you have any final words for our viewers. I don't know if I have any other questions to ask you. If you have any other questions to ask Tonya, she did say that she's happy to respond. So if you have any comments, if there's anything you want me to talk about or ask Tonya about, or if there's anything we've mentioned today and you want some clarity, please feel free to comment below, and please like this video, share with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. And any final words, Tonya? Apart from thank you for being here.
Thank you for listening, and don't struggle too much. You know where we are. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.